In this video, I'm going to go over Boeing, Square, Micron Technologies, and Microsoft. Thank you to Trader Murat for pointing out these tickers. He made a comment about them, so I'm going to take a look at them and also give you some price targets. Now, he says that he sees an expanding triangle on the daily and weekly charts, which is bullish for Boeing. It is not a buy signal yet. Now, according to O'Reilly.com, an expanding triangle can be either a reversal or a continuation pattern and is made of at least 5 swings, sometimes 7 and rarely 9, each one greater than the one prior to it. And part of its strength comes from trapping traders on each new breakout. So I will show you the daily and the weekly in just a minute. But first, on the 5-minute time frame, we are right here. To the north side from where we are takes us back to the middle of the trend, and that is 189.54. Above that at 2 standard deviations and another potential take profit area, 192.33, 193.79, and 195.15. Boeing is on my list of the gap and go tickers that I am tracking for this week. Now, to the south side. At support, we are looking at 186.74, another level of support, 185.36, and at -4 standard deviations, 183.93. All right, the RSI is turning up, not overextended yet. And Murat also says the analyst forecasts for Boeing ranges between 250 and 260. And if you scroll down, let me scroll down to here, the 1-year price target, 252.09, which represents a 34% return from where we are. And I will show you that on the daily time frame. It's a little bit easier, but note right here before I switch over, I talked about this gap at 187.88 and we closed out today. So congratulations if you went short and you made some money there. So that is no longer a threat to our account to the south side. We did go lower and basically touched this line, and now I anticipate a bounce off of support. Now this gap from the previous week closed out to the upside at 192.20. This is resistance, and what happens at resistance? I always anticipate a pullback as people take their profits and they run, they lock in, and they leave. So here takes us down to support, back up to resistance, and now back down to support. The next target I'm looking at will be 198.51. Okay, now I'm going to flip this to the daily. And it's hard to look at my chart on the daily anymore because of all the markings I have, all the charting that I have done previously. But you can see this is the middle of the trend. Here's resistance. And we are at, what are we at? 187 right here. In the big picture, we are close to, we are closer to here at support. If we get to this level of support, that's 177.41-ish. And then after that, which I'm not even gonna say that we're gonna get to, but you never know, 159.57 and 142.40. I did pick up shares a long time ago at 125.45 for my mom. I still have those. And then also some at 186.50. So basically, I'm just neutral at this line. So I should have sold when I could have all the way up here at 267. And I didn't, because this was a long-term hold for me. But now I'm rethinking my strategy because I want to play it more conservatively for my mom. Now, let's take a look at this on the weekly time frame. So keeping in mind the continuation pattern here, or the triangle pattern, I should say. So it doesn't come to me very easily, those patterns, because I don't play it. The only pattern I play is the W. And looking at this, check this out. I mean, it just sticks out so clearly to me, that pattern. For the expanding triangle, not so much. And obviously, some people are better at that like he is. I am not that good at it, at Fibonacci retracements, although I like to look at them. So that's why I appreciate it when Murat and other people point out different things that I don't see, and then I relay that to you. So, oops. The RSI is turning up on the weekly, and let me see if I can, oh, it's freezing on me. Oh, there we go. Let me flip this to the monthly and see where we are. We are turning down on the monthly, on the RSI. The weekly, starting to head back up. These lines represent the weeks that I have been looking at Boeing for gap plays. And then again on the daily, going down. So I expect a pullback there, but on the 5-minute, turning up after we've hit the oversold area. So it depends on what time frame you're playing. That will give you different buy and sell signals. Oh, let me change out my candles there if you want to see gaps. And let me clean this up. Oops. Command Z if you're on a Mac. So we've touched right here. All right, now let's go on to Square. Now, Murat says this is on his short list, and on Tip Ranks, it's a strong buy, so definitely check that out. The forward PE under 20, and he's also checking out Micron Technologies, okay? So let's start with Square, as I just mentioned, on the 5-minute time frame. Oh, see, look at that. I've switched. Oh, there we go. Let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, it gets wonky when I go between the different time frames. It drives me batty with TradingView. So let me just flip this to the 15. Oh, let's just go to the 30 for a second and see. No, it's deleted. Let me just mark this right here so I have. Oops. Oh, well, it reappeared. All right, we ended the day at 83.80, up nearly 1.5%. The day's low, 83.51. The day's high, 85.80. The 1-year price target, $90.50. Again, this is on his short list. 86.25, the range to the north side, resistance and a potential take profit area. Another potential take profit area, 87.55. And from where we are, I do not anticipate hitting 4 standard deviations. It could happen, but definitely there will be a pullback when that happens. 88.85. And note this gap that started at 83.66, going down to 82.68. That's very doable for Wednesday. 81.14, 79.86, and 78.51. I don't anticipate it to hit this level. Note the sell-off at resistance here, and looking left, all in this region. Take profit area, unless obviously you are doing a long-term investment and you are just letting it ride. That's totally different. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just giving you price action, support. Looking left, I have not updated this chart in a very long time. So this gap here closed out to the upside and then continued to run at 80.75. This one gapped down, closed out, no longer a threat at 81.44, but this one is a threat to the south side, so watch out for that. Now, I still am in this trade. I have traded this in the past. Let me go to the 1 hour so I could see this better. All right, I still own Square. I have some at 60.65, 63.69, and 66.70. Really, I should consider getting out, but because I see there's more upside potential here, I think I'm going to get greedy and hold it. I don't need the funds from this, so if we tank back down to this level, I'm fine. It doesn't affect me, but will I buy it again? Definitely. So I am up on the lowest shares that I've bought in at. What are we at? 83.80. 83.80 takes me... Oh, let's just clean this up. 83.80 takes me to a 38%. So I'm up 38%. My new thing in my mind is I just want to take profits every time at 10%, no matter what trade I'm in, unless, of course, it's an ETF where I let it ride. So that's something to consider. So if you were me, would you guys dump out or would you hold? Please let me know. And I will flip this back to the 5-minute. RSI is turning up, so we've got room to move to the upside. But I think we'll definitely close that out since we're so close to it. Although we are in an upward pattern here, as you can see. Uh-oh, something happened. Hold on 1 second here. This is just so crazy. And I do not want to redo this video, so bear with me. I lost. Huh. Just want to check something. No, that's all it's going to let me go. All right, back to the 5-minute. Let's go to Micron Technologies. I am in this one as well. I'm actually in every single one of these for myself or for my mom, Boeing for my mom only. The rest we both, no, she owns also that one that I've invested for her. And I have all 3 of these for myself as well. All right, just very quickly, because this video is getting long, I'm just going to give you 2 standard deviations, -2 and 2, because that's where price will stay in the whole entire time. And obviously the lines will change as well, so you have to keep on top of that. The calculations change. Okay, back to the middle of the trend, 121.34. 126.36. Anything outside of that, an outlier about buy and sell signal. 116.52. Yeah, let's just give you that price. 113.98 and 128.98. Now to the south side. This will take us all the way down to 96.65, but we are not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. But something to be aware of, we are going upward. And where is my buy line? Ignore all those other lines. Oh, I bought in at 81.51. So on this one, I could get out too. So if you were me, would you get out if you bought here? The 1-year price target, 129. See, I get greedy when I look at the 1-year price target. Although I know we could be up and down, and there could be a rug pull, and bam, all of a sudden you've lost everything. So that is the danger. Next up, Microsoft. I am in this trade big time. And I am also up big time on this one, so I'm very happy with that. All right, so we ended the day at 421.65, down a skosh there, The 1-year price target, 470.89. And to the north side takes us to 424.61 and 425.85. 419.69, 418.44. Note the bounce here at support, selling off at resistance there. This little gap, we gapped up, so there's a closure to the downside, and we touched right there at 423.04. Now this gap that I've been tracking for myself, I track every day for myself, but I just don't make videos because I get very busy, or I don't know what video to make, so then I just don't do anything because I get lazy as well. So to the north side, 428.62, not in the channel, not in the zone. Note the downward trend that we are still in. This one closed to the downside at 425.25. This gap closed to the downside right there, touched. No longer a threat to our accounts. To the downside, a good buy-in area, or a better buy-in area. But it went down more and then bounced up. So then this gap already closed out. See, I start tracking the gaps, and then I don't go back and see where we've come or where we're headed sometimes. And that's a lost opportunity, because it's just one more thing that you can use to help you figure out whether price is going up or down, or whether we're going to close out because we're close. So that one closed to the upside at 424.68. And then from there, we started to go up, down a little, and then back up. You could have gotten off the gravy train right there. From down here, this is resistance. All right, that is it. I did take a trade today, or I got stopped out on a couple of pot stocks that I'll go over in just a moment as well. But that's a look at Boeing, Square, Micron Technologies, and Microsoft.